that's a big side tangent. This is already 10 minutes of me just rambling. Why was I talking about millennials? My point, this is a huge rant. Okay, sorry, this is a side tangent, but like, I find my life very boring. Hello, class. I don't know where class came from. Probably because I'm about to start substitute teaching, hopefully in the next week or so, if all goes well. It is a Tuesday. Here's the whole goal. The whole goal is we're going to make to-do lists. We have a whiteboard over here. We're gonna make a to-do list. We're making plans for the future. We're doing our laundry. Like, I made coffee from home today. This vlog is just a week in my life, if you will. I find my life very boring, but I'm going to attempt to level up, you know? This bed is a mess. Things are a mess. But the plan is to clear all this laundry off. The floor is beautiful. There's nothing on the floor. Everything is on the bed. So I'm going to do my laundry, try to organize my bathroom, set some goals on the board or write them down or somewhere. I'm gonna have them. I'm really not good at like pencil and paper. I don't know why. I just don't love pencil and paper. I'm gonna show you right now what's on the board just so you can see it, okay? There's baby Luna. This is what I did. Actually, I lost my job several months ago and I made, you know, stay in the US, leave the US, things that I value, jobs I was considering doing. This is what in my ideal day. Also cities I want to move to, countries I would move to, whatever. I have not done, the only thing I've really done from said list is start door dashing, which is a way to make money. And it's very easy to just sign up and start doing it. But it obviously is not like a high paying job, it doesn't pay close to what I made before. So hopefully very temporary, we'll see. That's that. I'm thinking of clearing, I'm just trying to think, how do I want to do a to-do list? Because I could do it on paper. I don't know why I hate doing things. I say that I hate doing things on paper and then like I never really have tried. So I don't know, maybe I'll make a little to-do list on paper just for today. Like I do like the idea of doing like, okay, this is what I'm doing this today, this is what I'm doing this week, this is what I'm gonna do for the month. I'm just like picturing a calendar. I'm picturing, like I feel for some reason my brain wants to like look at the whole month and then kind of like shrink into like, okay, what do I need to do per day, per week? Because I feel like if I have the big picture in mind and work my way backwards, I can, you know what I mean? I think that's what I need to do. Well, let's talk about the books that I've been reading this week, okay? I just finished 2 books, actually. I already was in the middle of both of these in July, and then I didn't finish them until I'm moving over because hopefully this ugliness is gonna get covered up by some book covers. Okay, so yesterday I finished Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I feel like many people say is like their favorite by her. I've read 3 of her books. I have not read all her romances. I do want to read most of her books. There's one I can't think of, I'm not interested in it, but I definitely want to read. I really liked Funny Story. It was probably my favorite. I don't know. I feel like I enjoy all her books at the same like level. So I've only read Beach Read, People We Met on Vacation, which at one point were the 2 most popular, and now Funny Story. And I think, I don't know, something about, I do feel like the characters in Funny Story were like more developed than the other ones, but I think that like the plot and the setting of People We Meet on Vacation was my favorite. Like I think that like those scenarios were just like more fun to be in versus like Funny Story. It's kind of like, it starts off, if you don't know, it's like starting off with your main character is supposed to get married and then her boyfriend ends it and then like kicks her out of the house and then she ends up, our main character, Daphne. Okay, so Daphne is dumped and then she goes to live with her ex-fiance's new girlfriend's roommate. It sounds way more confusing than it is, right? Okay, like I liked Daphne because she was like a librarian, so that was fun. And I liked like storyline about her and I really enjoyed how she like has to come into her own and she's always been so like wrapped up in her boyfriends, and I feel like it's nice to see a character kind of like feel that it's important to still have their own hobbies and interests, you know, but like also like, I guess, I don't know, it's hard for me to picture being that old and not having done that in your life, but you know, some people, everybody's different. But yeah, I do think my favorite Emily Henry is probably People We Meet on Vacation. I think it's the most funny, even though this one's called Funny Story, and it is like an interesting setup. I don't know. I really hate how these romances, like some of the Abby Jimenez I've also read, I feel like it's so, like it just feels like it's such a huge shift in tone when we go from this like funny, lighthearted stuff to these like deep, emotional third act breakup things that I'm just like, it just feels so, like, I guess it takes me out of the story. It's just like we're having a funny ha-ha time and then we have to, especially when like the third act breakup is like 85 to 90% towards the end of the book, it's just like then we only have so little time to recover. I feel like we need, if you're gonna have a third act breakup, it should be closer to the very beginning of the third, so we have like that whole rest of the time to kind of like reestablish a relationship. And like, you know, I also, sorry, this is a side tangent, but like I just watched, not just watched, but a couple weeks ago, me and my friend watched Sleepless in Seattle. And that movie, spoilers if you don't want to be spoiled, if you don't want to be spoiled, I'm gonna put the like whatever poster I can find for the movie right here too. So like just wait till the poster's gone if you've never seen it. You know, the thing about Sleepless in Seattle is that like the couple doesn't speak until like the very, very end of the movie. And I guess I'm just learning that my tastes are that like I kind of wish the couple would get together more at like the 40 to 50% mark, and then we can see them together as a couple, because then you can be more bought into the idea of the couple. Because to only see, there's definitely value in watching the chase and enjoying the chase. Like I don't know, I just feel like I would be more invested in a couple if I saw the couple actually together. So there's that. Okay, that was a big rant about romance and Emily Henry and whatnot, but I had thoughts, I guess. Now, I also literally, just this morning, I was already 90% into Of Beast and Beauty, which is a book that I think I saw recommended. I made a whole Goodreads tag for fantasy romance, because I think that's going to be my, like, that's what I like. I like, probably my favorite thing is fantasy with a subplot of romance, but I can get into like a romantasy. Like I've only read a couple of the Sarah J Maas books. Like I don't even want to touch that. Fourth Wing, I have not read any of it, but I own the first book, you know, but I don't want to read like the big, huge, I want to find some hidden gems. I want to find some stuff that I feel like we're seeing so much discourse about fantasy, romance, how much fantasy, it's just really 50-50, like whatever. Like the thing that I feel about fantasy romance, but I think the reason that we are all such, obviously not everybody, but I feel like a big part of the book community is so big in fantasy romance is because at least millennials and maybe a little bit Gen Z, maybe a little bit, is it Gen X? I don't know who's before millennials. This whole group, like we all kind of grew up with like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, like, and they all have like these romance focused stories, but then they have like these fantasy elements with them as well. So I feel like that's why fantasy romance has gotten so big and it's such a big thing, because all those Disney movies you maybe didn't realize are fantasy romance, you know? Like I think, and Disney is just such a like romance focused entity. I feel like there's every single Disney Channel movie, like every Disney produced thing has some sort of romance in it. But again, that's not just Disney though. Like everything, so many things have romance because romance sells. Romance is the #1 selling genre probably of all time. My point being, I found this book. I saved it from a Reddit list. There's a fantasy romance Reddit. So I figured, okay, these are the books that like a lot of people consider to be the best. So I added that whole Goodreads tag, and I'm slowly working my way through like the lesser known, not complete, like I think this one had like 10,000 ratings. So I gave it a shot. It's called Of Beast and Beauty. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I also feel like because my reading of it was kind of disjointed, like I stopped reading it for a while, then I picked it back up, and then I was like, I think I was enjoying it up until the like 70% mark. And I think it was because our main character kind of gets placed in a different circumstance, and I guess I just, for some reason, that I was bored. She's kind of taken away from her love interest. So I guess I was more interested when she was around it. And I do think it ended really nice. Like it was really cutesy. I do believe it's a series. I won't be continuing the series. I don't care enough about the characters. Like I said, I gave it 3 stars, but it was just a little bit fantasy. It was mostly romance, mostly like medieval, mostly political scheming stuff kind of going on. And I enjoyed, my favorite parts of it were when our main girl was doing magic. So like I wish there had been more, like I kind of wish that the story, or wish there was a story. I'm trying to like not say, oh, like the story would be better if it was written this way, because you have to focus on my preferences. My preferences for the story would have been if we started off like in her childhood, seeing her learning magic, doing all that stuff, like, and then kind of going into the romance part of it, I think would have been more fun for me. But I do think when she did magic, it was really cool. When she talked about like how she gained her magic versus how she had to, like the struggles to get magic based off of where she was cool, but there just wasn't enough of it. Like I think I would have liked more magic. I think that's how I feel about every book. Every single book, I wish it had more magic in it. But yeah, those are the 2 books I've read so far this month, really. I don't think I finished anything else. I'm gonna try to see if there's anything else I've read within like the last week. Yeah, those are the 2. I have not finished anything since the last book I finished before this was the end of July. So those are the only 2 books I finished. I was also listening this morning to super hyped book, The Serpent and the Wings of Night, because I, again, trying to see if this is what I like in fantasy romance. Hopefully. So far, I'm only 4% into it, and she's long, but I do feel like I've seen some people who really like... There's this one girl on TikTok I'm thinking of specifically. I think her name is Beauty or Belle or something. Hopefully I can find her, put a little screenshot of her right here. But she listed like her favorite series, and one of them, like, she likes the Shadowhunters. I'm just, whenever people, you know, I know that's a very popular, a lot of people like that, but I'm just like, hopefully her liking that is an indicator that I will also like this. But I do know people who like their Shadowhunters that don't like this, so we will see where I fall. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna keep reading Serpent and the Wings of Night and doing my laundry and trying to come up with some kind of to-do list. Maybe I don't need the to-do list. Maybe that's all I need to do all day, but that sounds so boring. I do kind of need to make videos. I want to be able to make like 3 videos a week, and maybe that's just like 2 sit-down videos and a vlog, if I'm doing a weekly vlog or a themed vlog. I have so many ideas. I'm just gonna look at my sit-down videos, see what I can churn out fairly easily, and just go from there. So I will update you whenever I finish more or listen to more of Wings of Night. Oh, but this hairline is receding. Okay, so I'm about to go do, it's the next day. I'm about to go get groceries, do our grocery pickup that we do like every week or so. And I am 30% of the way into Serpent and the Wings of Night. And it's feeling very 3 stars so far. I feel like everyone says there's like something at the end that like blows their mind. So I don't know what that could be. I mean, I'm looking forward to that, but I doubt that that can push it above like a 3.5. I'm thinking that, like, you know, I really prefer stories where we have, like, we kind of are just, this is like a very plot driven story, and this book is just like so much plot and not enough character. I guess what I've actually come to realize over the course of my channel and my reading is that what I need is everything. I need good writing, good characters, good plot, good themes. Like, I need every single aspect in order to get a 5-star, and I'm trying to appreciate the 3 stars more, even though I feel like there's this whole discourse around 3 stars are not, like, I feel like most people would prefer to hate or love something. I think I agree. Like, I would also prefer to hate or love something, but that's just not the majority of what's out there. Like, the majority of what's out there, I feel like we can all appreciate the author trying. So, you know, I'm gonna read this. I have no idea what I am reading something for another vlog, but I'm only reading that physically, and I brought it with me to hopefully try to read a little bit. So I'm gonna update the other vlog regarding that. And then I was looking at, I really want to go to like some local libraries and just kind of like, what I really want to find is the best library to like sit down and read in like public, where there's a lot of libraries I've gone to, like they have like children screaming, which is not ideal for a reading situation. So I don't know. I am going to keep listening to Serpent and the Wings of Night. I feel like we need an abbreviation for that.
That vampire hearing. Oh. The moment.
Sadawan, like how we have Akatar. I just think obviously Akatar like seems to roll off the tongue a bit more. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna get our groceries, listen to the book, hopefully update you either later today or tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully I can find that library where there's peace and all that. I picked up the groceries and finished the coffee I made this morning. But I feel like I did a bad job explaining what the book is about. First of all, I'm gonna try to, also don't know if I even was able to get on the screen before, if I did or not, but The Serpent and the Wings of Night is a fantasy romance. You probably already know. It's super popular. I feel like everyone's talking about it online. I believe it was self-published when it first came about. Now it's been traditionally published. I don't know the difference between self-published and the current version or whatever. Now, to explain what it's actually about, which I feel like I never do that in my videos, so I'm gonna try to actually explain what it's about. It's about vampires and this woman who is like adopted by like the vampire king, and then she's thrust into these trials that are like life or death. And if you win the trials, you get granted a wish from the goddess of Nixia, which I guess is like the land this takes place in. So that's the plot. We're really just following, I think this is in first person, and I'm just trying to think about what are things that I like, what are things that I don't like, when, you know, the reasons as to why can be all over the place. But it's funny because I remember earlier in the video I said how I wish that the other book I was reading had more magic, and I do feel like this is giving me more lore. Lore is my favorite thing in fantasy, okay? I love lore and mythology. That is like what I love in fantasy. Top 5 things I want in a book. So I really am enjoying that, and I'm enjoying the, I believe, potential love interest being set up. But the things I'm not enjoying are that it feels very plot focused. I've already kind of mentioned that, but I feel like we're just like so go, 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 that also things have happened that are supposed to be emotionally gut punching, but because they happen so early in the story, they don't have a gut punch. And I feel like I don't understand what authors are thinking when they're like, okay, we just need more time with characters before emotionally devastating things happens. I feel like first of all, like, how am I supposed to have an emotional reaction to this person that I've met less than 10%, 20% into the book? Like, I just don't understand that. And I feel like we're doing this thing in the book where we're constantly having an action scene, then, well, this just happened. So I don't know if it's happened a lot, but I know it just happened. We're having an action scene, and then in my head, I'm thinking, like, I don't care about that. Like, I don't care about action. Like, I kind of just wish that, like, things would just be summarized. Like, the action scenes would just be summarized, not the whole book. Like, obviously, I just kind of don't care about action scenes for the most part in any book, really. So it's not an author thing. It's just, like, I don't care about that. And I feel like it's trying to build tension that I'm just not feeling because I don't care. And I feel like I'm hating the, like, I don't care-ness of it. Like, I really wish that I did care. I want to. That's, like, the whole point of reading and what I want to get invested in the characters. I'm enjoying the romance. Like I said, the setup of the romance, I'm enjoying that a lot. I enjoy their banter. They have good banter. They have really good banter whenever they do speak to each other, and that's good. But, again, I'm just not as invested in the characters as I wish I was. I feel like there could have been more character stuff to get, like, there could have just been more character work to get me more invested. That's how I'm feeling about it. But yeah, the plot is very basic, and the characters feel kind of basic, a little bit better than basic. So that's why I'm kind of it's probably going to be 3.5, unless there's just no way that whatever happens at the end of this book is going to result in it becoming a 4. So I just don't see it happening. But it could be wrong. I'd love to be proved wrong. Being proved wrong would be great. So yeah, I just wanted to actually explain what the book was about and give more of a review on it, but I'm going to keep reading. Hopefully, I might just wait till I'm done. I don't know. I think I got to like 35, 36%. So maybe at the halfway point, I don't know. But see you guys later. Couple things. So first of all, like I said, I did almost all my laundry. I have one load left. Hopefully I can try to do that this morning. I thought there was something else. Oh yeah. I really need to figure out a show. Here's the thing. I feel like I'm reading so many like serious, or at least, of course, they have like a little bit of humor in them. Humor in books is something that I just feel either I haven't figured out my taste in. I guess I'm just like super, I don't know. The book that comes to mind for me is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I feel like that humor didn't work for me. And I don't know if it was me, the timing of the book, like it could have been a lot of things. It's a book I want to reread, but I love like the Cassandra Clare humor. I love Rick Riordan's humor. I feel like these are those types of humor I enjoy. But I feel like I also think R.F. Kuang in Popular, she has like some humor. Obviously, like, it's very dark humor, considering especially the content of those books. But when I think about, like, funny authors, the first to come to mind are, like, Rick Riordan and Cassandra Clare. And those are in my top 10 favorite authors. So, I just don't know why. My point, this is a huge rant. Okay, my point is that because I feel like I'm reading so much serious books. When I say serious books, I feel like I'm talking about, like, lit. I'm just not. I just feel like a lot of these fantasies are so focused, like The Serpent of the Wings of Night. Like, I'm reading that right now, and I just feel like I have not smiled, or I did say they have good banter, but like outside of those interactions, I'm just not like amused, and I feel like I need to be watching a comedy in order to, like, I don't know. I find I am always laughing. I'm always trying to get people to laugh. I feel that has not come across in my videos as well, but like when I'm with other people, I am constantly whipping out some quips, and I just feel like, I don't know, like I just feel like the books are missing it, or at least the books I'm picking up are missing it. I really need to like be watching a comedy, at least for now. And I want to I think I was gonna watch, let's talk through some options here, okay? Community is the one that we might go through all this and I'll just pick that anyways. But as far as like, maybe you could change my mind in the comments, like, I don't know, this is what I have on my watch list. I think that I maybe watched Community before and think about Community that I know. What is that? There's an episode that I feel like is referenced a lot. The name's on the tip of my tongue, but it's like something warfare, something like that. I don't know. But I have this list. I didn't realize Wednesday is a comedy. At least it's categorized that way on IMDb. South Park, I've never really watched that. I know everyone was talking about like a couple episodes ago with like what they did with Trump, and then I think I saw the Palestine clip. I don't know. But animation, comedy, I think of more like, I don't know. It sounds like it's doing a lot of political commentary, which like I'm here for in my books, but I don't know if I'm here for it in my shows. I'm probably here for it wherever. I just need to get into it. See, it also says that the Thursday Murder Club is supposed to be comedy. That comes out at the end of this month, the end of August. And I kind of want to read that. I've been wanting to read that. My other thing is that like, I feel like I've been reading so much fantasy and so much romance, and I haven't given other genres like any time at all. So I think I need to do that to kind of like recover. But I'm leaning towards Community, or Shameless was also one that I was thinking maybe. I've never gotten into Modern Family, and now it's over. The fact that now it's over, but so is Community, and Community is shorter. So I think I'm gonna probably watch Community and then Modern Family, as long as I have whatever services I need to have to watch it. I think that's what I'm gonna do to be whenever I'm not like listening to an audiobook or reading physically or whatever. I feel like I'm doing it a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna watch one of those two. I'll come back, update throughout the week is whatever I'm thinking about the show. I love drinking out of a mason jar. I love also how you can put the lid on and shake it. I love a mason jar, and I guess that's a millennial. I see so much discourse too about millennials and Gen Zs and how like millennial cringe. Like, I just don't care. Like, I genuinely love being a millennial. I think that millennials are the best generation. Like, we're such an iconic generation. Okay, like we grew up like with the internet boom and like had experience of what life was like before like smartphones became what they are now. But like, we saw the internet, but we also, like, I used to go outside and like skateboard with my friends all the time. Childhood was great for me. I had an amazing childhood. I'm very lucky. I know I'm very, very privileged to say I had an amazing childhood. But I don't know, why was I talking about millennials? Oh, like millennials always drink out of mason jars, I guess. So, but this is, and I do normally. You've seen probably early throughout the week, but yeah. Also, also early this week I said I was like, I'm gonna make a to-do list. I didn't make a to-do list. I don't know what it is. I do want to make a to-do list. I just don't feel that I have enough plans to like put something on paper to do that. Like, I guess what I could put on that list is apply for jobs, which I do automatically, and I need to be making TikToks, but I still have so many in the cloud or whatever, or in the drafts. I have so many TikToks in the drafts, so I don't really need to make more yet. I need to post the ones that I haven't posted, and I don't know. This is the other thing I always like. I just saw, I'm sure many of you saw it, that girl who was like, when you only have an hour a day to do all your hobbies, and she had a desk with like the TV and the video game and the book and the headphones and like all that. And I feel that, but I also currently am unemployed. Will probably be doing substitute teaching, and I'm realizing that it's just actually perfect, because it's like, oh, I'll just need to work like when I need, like I can pick up jobs whenever I need to, and I don't have to be in a forced to go to work all the time, because that just feels like prison in this weird way. And then even like becoming a teacher, you're in a contract and you have to be there at a certain time and a certain day, and sure, you make more money, but you don't have freedom. And I'm realizing that that is a huge value to me. Like, I want to be able to come and go as I please, do as I want. I don't know, but I need these teachers I need these districts to respond to me so I can actually substitute. But I have applied for multiple districts, and I'm just waiting to hear back. But it's the very beginning of the school year, so hopefully that's why they just don't need subs yet. I don't know. And I also started, I'm gonna be so mad at myself if this vlog is like so much to edit. I want to be able to make a 30-minute. This is already 10 minutes of me just rambling. Also, I think I want to be one of those people who has like an ebook, audiobook, and a physical book, and I'm focusing on those just depending on what I'm doing in the day. And I brought up that girl with the hobby thing, because it's like, I want to be able to like time block my hobbies, which is dumb because they're hobbies and you should just reach for what you feel in the moment properly. But I don't know. The thing also, like, I have a Nintendo Switch, never play it. I haven't played it in months, and I want to play it. I want to play it. Do I want to play it? I clearly don't, because I keep not playing it. So I don't know. I need to figure out, I guess I need to like prioritize said hobbies, then time block the hobbies, or at least pick certain days and times. I don't know. The thing for me that I never think about is television. Like, I watched all of Scandal in a matter of like weeks, if even that. I mean, it was probably a couple weeks because I mean, it's 6 seasons, but I watched it all. It took no effort to like just watch the whole thing. So for me, I love to read, but I do feel like it takes me more discipline to focus on a book, read a book. An audiobook is easy. I can just put that on and I can do so many things with that. I mean, you can clean, do the dishes, like walk the dog, like do my laundry. Like, I love an audiobook. But, ooh, and I've been coloring. I'm gonna try to show later a couple coloring projects I've done already. I got the Trixie and you'll see. Because I do also want to just get into more tactile hobbies so I can listen to an audiobook. But all this to say, I have also been reading. It's called The Unlikely Heir. I am 56% into this book already, and we were supposed to finish it last month for a Fable book club that I'm in. And I'm really slow. When it comes to anything besides an audiobook, it takes me an ebook or a physical book. It takes me so much longer. Like, even when I'm sat and focused, I think I read about 30 pages an hour. And is that an ADD thing? Is it I don't know. It's like, also I noticed I went to read at the library yesterday, and I think every 10 pages it was like my brain was like, okay, take a break. Like, I wish that didn't exist, but for some reason my brain is just like, it's been 10 pages, you can stop now. And that's horrible because I need to keep going. Like, I have 2,100 books on my TBR, and that's not even real. Like, I know even more books than that I want to read because I was just looking at so many, this is my other thing I was going to say, and there are so many mystery books that I want to read that I had none of them, like, I knew in my head I wanted to read them, but none of them were on my Goodreads TBR. So then I added a couple of them because I was like, okay, great. And now I have like literally almost 2,200 want to read books. But I brought that up because I was going to say, after this Serpent and the Wings of Night book, let's go back to the so the Unlikely Heir book. I feel like I'm saying air, H-E-I-R, but I say it out loud, I'm picturing air, like the air in the room. Okay, so hopefully there's a little bit of room here. Okay, so The Unlikely Heir, who is this by? Jax Calder. Okay, this is by Jax Calder. It's on Kindle Unlimited, and it's a male-male romance, and it's like about this prime minister in England and this guy from California who, due to circumstances, is now going to become the Prince of Wales. And it's funny because I do believe earlier in the video also I was talking about Funny Story and how third act breakup is like way too close to the end of the book. And this book seems to be, I'm at 56%, and I feel like right now is when we're getting some conflict. The lead up to the romance, it's a male-male, like I said. It's just so good. I'm actually really, really enjoying it when I am reading it, and I'm really enjoying just their banter, the way that they're speaking, and I'm also realizing again, like I love romance because it is all about character development. It is 100% character development, and I have come to realize that I guess my number one is characters, because I've also seen people be like, this romance is written horribly, like it's bad writing, and I used to think I cared about writing, but it was in a romance book, and I will forgive everything when it comes to a good romance. So this book has cracked so many funny jokes. My favorite joke so far, though, has been, what do you get when you mix a rhetorical joke with a question and the other person just says, what? And that's the joke. And I love that. That's my favorite. I've asked everyone in my life that. I've said that joke to everybody. That's my favorite, but there's just so many corny, stupid jokes between the characters, and it's amazing. And we're in, again, I love a romance where we have the POV of both characters, because you get to see them both appreciate each other, and I love that. And this is, I guess, indie published or self-published. It's on Kindle Unlimited, and I feel like I've also seen this narrative around that, like, traditionally published romances are not as good as indie published romances, and I believe I understand why. Just based off this book, and I'm trying to think if I've read any other indie. There was also a book we read for the, not the Fable book club, but the book club was on Instagram, and before it was on Fable, we read Cloudy with a Chance of Bad Decisions. That one, again, so great. I believe we also had both POVs in that book, and it's, again, male-male romance, which I just need to read more of in general as someone who is also queer. I also think we all should all be reading these right now, okay? Like, they're about to get banned. It's a hard time in the United States for sure, but I love escaping into a romance and pretending that there are no problems. Of course there's problems. For the characters, it's better to read about I love reading about other people's problems because they are not my problems. Also, I'm gonna go back to this now because I'm done I believe, talking about this. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I love the character. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm listening to it at night. Also, if you didn't know, if you have Kindle, you can do this with any book that you can get into the Kindle app on your iPhone or iPad. I don't think you can do it on the actual Kindle itself, but in the app, you can do assistive reader. I'll try to put a little screenshot if I can, and it will read the text to you out loud with whatever computerized voice that is. But for me, that just keeps me going. That just keeps me going, and I really like that. But yeah, the book is so good. Definitely recommend it. I don't really have any plans for today. I say that, and I don't have plans other than I'm gonna go see a movie with my friends tonight. Not tonight, this afternoon. We're gonna go see a movie at like 2 o'clock. Superman. I'm very excited for Superman. And my friend wants to borrow my ring light, but you know, I'm vlogging, so I don't need the ring light as much. And I think I can try to do a couple of sit down videos like without the ring light. Like I can just use some natural light like in here. Just do a couple sit down videos and that should be fine. So, oh, you know what else I need to do? Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. I was thinking, how I said earlier, I want to do like, I need to do a yearly calendar, monthly thing, try to like do some big picture stuff and then see the steps I need to do. I need to do that with my channel. Like I need to like, I was doing like a monthly, like, okay, I'm gonna have this video posted this time, and then in my head, I would be like, okay, I need to have, so I knew I need to have this book finished by then and by this time, but because I am a slower reader, that is harder for me to do. So, I don't know, but it's been over 20 minutes, and I really hope that we were able to cut this clip down, because like, I don't mind editing, but like, I don't like editing on the computer. I really want like a big, huge desktop to edit my videos on, because I just feel like it would be the superior experience. So hopefully one day soon I can make that happen. But for now, oh, also I got way farther into Serpent than we used to. I think well, not way farther. I'm at 60%. I don't know when my last update was. I don't know, but I feel the same about it. So I don't really have anything interesting to say. So I will hopefully finish it today or tomorrow and share my final thoughts. And then since I'm already over halfway through that gay book, hopefully share my final thoughts with that again today or tomorrow. I don't know. That's an ebook though, so maybe give that a couple more days. You know, we shall see. Oh, so hopefully, okay, these are the mysteries that I checked out. Okay, I was saying how I'm like, I don't know if it came across, but I was trying to say that I need to diversify my genres. So apparently this is what I last night was able to check out from the library, and I was trying to make sure that I did not get only white authors. So I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones, which I don't know if is that classified as a mystery or horror or what? It says literature, thriller, horror. And then I also got Sadie, which was like all the rage a couple years ago, and I still never read it. I think I tried to start it at one point, still never finished it. So hopefully we can get that in this week. And then I also got The Wife Before by Shonora Williams, because my girl Bree, aka Locked Booktician on YouTube, she had just posted something about her on TikTok, because I guess Shonora commented on one of her TikToks. Way to go, girl. And I was like, oh, I think I had seen someone else talk about Shonora somewhere, and I was like, okay, like, you know, there are non-white authors writing mysteries, so like, let's give them a shot. Let's give them a shot. Okay, all right. I feel like I'll let you go now. I feel like I've talked your ear off for way too long. So like I said, I'll come back when I have updates about the books or Superman. You know, I'll probably finish Superman before either book, unless I just really go hard before I leave for the movie today, because it's only 8:40 a.m. But I have to leave in like 3 hours. I don't know. You don't care. All right. See you later. It is the next day. I took a little clip. I showed you guys my little coloring book, and I showed you it said it was going to take 2 hours to upload my YouTube video, which also I'm thinking about making another vlog while I'm already doing 2 vlogs. But the thing is that this other vlog is taking so long, but I'm also realizing that it's taking so long because it feels like it's taking so long. I've only read one book. I could easily start a different book for that vlog, but the idea of rearranging footage, I don't know. I'll have to think about that, but we'll see how it actually all shakes out. But yeah, so I showed you that, and I showed you my coloring book. Also, I also love, okay, so many thoughts just happened at once. Also, first let's talk about Superman, okay? I loved Superman. I feel like it was kind of like a simple like plot, but it did what it had to do in a short amount of time really well. Of course, David Cornsweet is bae as fuck. Oh my god, that is a sexy man. Definitely giving Henry a run for his money, for sure. Also, the actress, I was gonna look it up. Where do I know her from? That woman, I know she was in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I did it without looking it up. That's where I know her from. She was in that. I never finished that show. I didn't love that show, but that's a big side tangent. Also, the other thing that I always want to have in vlogs is like reactions or like news or just like music things. Like, so our girl Taylor just announced that she's gonna have an album come out in 2 months. Now, when is this video going up? I have no idea, but I'm thinking about how I'm so excited to be vlogging, fingers crossed, whenever that album comes out, and like listen to the whole album, like rank the songs, whatever. You know, I also need to be following more artists, I feel, because I want to also just talk about like albums when they come out. I feel like I wanted to say more about Superman, but I don't know what to say. It was so great. A lot of the pleasure from that movie is just seeing that man on screen. He is a beautiful man. But I love a lot of the action. Like, I really enjoy, I think that what I really loved about that movie was this one scene where there was like there was this scene with all this action going on in the background, but we were witnessing like Superman and Lois have a conversation. And I just feel like, personally, that's where I would rather be in the story. And I might have already mentioned in the vlog about romance. Like, I feel like I'm having all of these thoughts about how I'm so much more of a character-driven reader than I would have ever thought, because again, romance is always the same plot. Romance is always ending up the same, but the difference is always the characters. Like, it's always different to see how each character develops their love and their feelings, and I love a romance where I have more insight to the characters. So I'm just realizing that like I'm super character-driven reader, and that the action scenes in anything, in any piece of, in a book, in a movie, in a show, I'm never big into action scenes. And I'm always there for like the emotional beats of a story. I just find that to be much more, although I do think the action was done really well in Superman. I do think that there were some times that I was literally like biting my nails because I feel like the build-up was really good, and it was a great movie. It was just such a good movie. If only we could have a real Superman in real life that could just go into a war zone and end a war before it started. But yeah, the conversation at the beginning of the movie with Lois and Superman, like talking about, it was incredible. It was just so good. Yeah, I'm very excited for Taylor's album. Some lore about myself. If you didn't know, my favorite Taylor album, everyone is gagged when I say this because this is no one's favorite Taylor album, but it's Lover. I just think that like everyone wants like tortured Taylor, and I like Lover Taylor. I like her. I like people with their head in the clouds. I like people when they're feeling light and airy and free, and just, that's what I love. I love the Lover era. Okay, there's still some sad songs on there, and when you really think about it, like that was like almost a breakup album. There's certain songs that are like they could be coded as like, oh, I feel like this could end soon. I'm thinking of Cornelia Street, but it's such a good song. It has these like, I don't even have words. I just love Lover. But I also love Lover because of where I was at in my life. I was so happy with the choices that I had made at that point in my life. I felt so content with choices that had made me to get to where I was. When that album came out, I used to drive up and down the highway looking at the beautiful scenery of California, listening to that album. Like, I just have so much nostalgia for that. So I will always love Lover the most, because I also feel like that's when I like really, listen, I've always loved Taylor, but I've kind of been like a little like, and I'm still, okay, compared to some of y'all, a lot of y'all, okay, like I am not over here freaking out about everything that woman does, okay, like get her off of a pedestal, all right, like stop. But I'm excited when the music comes. I'm excited to hear some of y'all's theories. I did watch the Look What You Made Me Do. I watched a lot of videos breaking down a lot of stuff in that video, and that will probably always be my favorite Taylor video. But yeah. Now let's talk about books. Speaking of romance, okay, I feel like I'm very, like the books I'm currently reading, one of them is actually a romance, but one is the fantasy romance. Okay, so let's talk about the one I'm enjoying less, and that is the Serpent and the Wings of Night. Okay, this one is just, it's interesting to me because like I feel we've gotten to some smut. Okay, we've gotten to some very detailed smut, and I think it's well written. I think it's well written, but I'm like listening to it and I'm like, I don't want this here. Like there's a part of my brain that is just like, this doesn't go here. And I think about like it's either that or it's just that like I'm not as bought into these characters. Okay, like I think I could get in if you can sell me on the characters and them being together, like, and you want them to bang, like I feel like I could be down for anybody to get it on. Okay, like as long as you have sold me on it. This is why I really like Allie Hazelwood. I'm sorry, I just do. I really like the way that she builds up the relationship, and then she gives it. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Obviously, this book, we're trying to build a relationship, and other readers have seen the build-up and enjoyed it, and I'm enjoying. It's odd to me that it seems so difficult for people to balance fantasy and romance, but I think that it's because both of those things take a lot of skill, and in order to successfully execute both, you have to give them, you know what I mean? Like I feel like they're trying to like interweave them when really it should be like maybe there's a, I don't know, what is my perfect? I'm still on the hunt. I will always be on the hunt, probably, hopefully not always. Hopefully I will find a perfect fantasy romance. But yeah, the smut is good. The lore is good. We are getting a little bit more magic than what I did in the other book. I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again. You know, I'm still I'm really curious what the ending of the book will be. I don't think I will spoil what the end of the book is for anybody, but there you go. Now let's talk about the book that I am enjoying. But again, because it's like so, the Unlikely Heir by Jax Calder, was it? I'm enjoying it so much. It's just so good. The jokes are good. Like even the like little, like I can just picture like the setting better. Now I am reading that versus listening to Serpent and the Wings of Night. So like maybe that's making a difference. I don't know. I really want to do like a rereading books in a different format kind of vlog one day. But you know, I need to like chill with these. What? Ooh. I don't know. It's so early. I woke up at 5 a.m. and thought I should go back to bed, but it's too late now. I'm already awake. Oh my god, that's a long straw. The Unlikely Heir has great banter. It has great development. The way that oh man, and I love high stakes. Okay, like there's like, this is a prime minister and the Prince of Wales, and like they work together and they can't be together. I love when characters can't be together but they want to be together so bad. It's just like the tension. I love tension. I love like the we have to fight our natural impulses. Like we just need each other so much. We just want each other so bad. And like the way that this book is like describing like it's just incredible. I love the way that all of that is done. And I just think I always need a contemporary romance. And I'm trying to like, I was saying earlier, it's like, okay, I don't know if it came across. I was trying to say yesterday, I think, like I was like, I need to find a way to balance my hobbies. I have yet to watch any TV show that I listed, okay, because my thing is that I'm like, I am making book content or watching book content or leaving my house to go to a bookstore. Like I feel like books, I get obsessed. Okay, I've been obsessed with books for like 5 years, and I need some other outlets probably. Would probably be healthy to have other things to do. I just don't know. And like television is probably not a good one. You know, like I need things like exercise. I just don't like going to the gym. I've been getting into pickleball with some of my friends, and one of our other friends wants to go to yoga. So like, you know, I don't know what else to say. Okay, The Unlikely Heir is incredible. Oh, it's gonna be at least a 4-star for sure. I've been reading it at night, but okay. Also, the whole to-do list conversation, I still have yet to make a to-do list, but I still feel I need to do some kind of organization around content and ideas and what I'm doing, you know what I mean? And I really, really want to finish this Serpent and the Wings of Night book. Like I'm so over it. Like I've wanted to DNF the book this whole time, but now I'm 80% in. So it's like I might as well, at this point, I might as well just finish it. 84%. So good Lord, I hope it's over soon. I'm sorry if you love the book. I don't love it. I'm really hoping I can handle this multiple vlogs at one thing. I also, hopefully soon, I have like 3 or 4 memory cards. So as long as I'm doing 3 vlogs, you know, I'm planning also on making some sit-down videos. This is kind of what I'm hoping is the future of my channel. Is like a vlog, a sit-down video, a vlog, a sit-down video, like something vlog-ish every other video, sit-down video, every other video. And I just think that that's realistic and doable because I love like the act of vlogging, I love it, but then when it comes to like putting all of the footage into a file, you know, I recorded that Hunger Games video, I want to say, first of all, I recorded it in like 6 different, it was maybe 4 or 5 different like sittings, but I kept putting on the same shirt to make it seem like it was all at the same time. And then it was 2 hours of footage, which I cut down all the way to only less than an hour, but it was because the way I reviewed the book was by holding up the book and flipping through it and looking at my notes, and I kept like, there was just complete silence that I was cutting out of the video of like while I was searching through the pages looking for stuff. Then it just took me so long to just edit out the silences, and then my computer has been lagging, which is why I really want a nice new beautiful desktop. Is what I want so bad. But you know, if I can like get a job, get a little bonus, like that is in the near future, hopefully. But yeah, okay, so my plan today is to hopefully finish, I'm only 65% into The Unlikely Heir, and if I do only read it at night, I probably won't finish that tonight, but if I can finish The Serpent and the Wings of Night, I'm gonna try to start another book that's short little mystery or something, and then do some updates for that. I'm just also like, this whole like doing multiple vlogs at once and being a slow reader is hard, and I want to like read 5 books in a themed vlog, but it's like, it's probably gonna take me, you know what, I'm gonna, as long as the footage is on the same memory card, I think I can rearrange things as needed. As long as it's in the same memory card, I think I'll be fine. My problem is gonna be trying to figure out stuff for me to figure out off camera. So I'll be back whenever I have more to say. This is 2 back-to-back clips now of 20 minutes. So, and I don't even know how much I had before that. And it's already Friday, and I think I've recorded at least something every day. So this vlog will be long, and part of me wants to be, I really wish I could edit in chunks. But my computer is just not built for that. Like, I would love to just upload all my shit and have like different like folders with my, you know what I mean? I need somebody. I just watched Gavin have like a really long video explaining like what he does every day, but I want like even more, I need like organizational tips on like how they organize their videos, how they plan their videos, how like that's what I want. My girl Chandler a long time ago made some videos that kind of explained her like planning process that I loved, but I want to know like what computer do people use, what video editing software do they use, how do they organize, like what memory cards are they using? That's what I want to know. Those are the questions for me. So if you happen to be watching my channel and have answers to any of these questions, I would really appreciate it. Or you can message me on Instagram as well. I would love that. I've been talking way too long. Like I said, today's plan. I'm trying to think through though. What am I going to be doing today? Finishing the Serpent and the Wings of Night. That's it though. I have no other plans today. So I'm going to try to color some more, listen to that, start the next book for the weekly vlog. I guess, I don't know. I just have to think about the reading, like the mood reading that I'm trying to do in weekly vlogs, and the themed vlog. I'm just gonna have to give myself way more time for those. I'm just gonna have to give myself way more time, and that's why I like these weekly vlogs and sit down videos, because then things can like, I just, you know, YouTube rewards consistency, so I always end up getting like way more subscribers when I post more frequently. I love that on YouTube. The thing about, I've been doing TikTok a lot too. Again, we're on a whole other rant here. I'm sorry. I love TikTok, but I don't know y'all. You know, like my YouTube people, I know my YouTube people. I know the people commenting on my YouTube videos. Like and some of them are also people that make YouTube content, and I love them. I love seeing them. I love watching them. You know, I love the online parasocial relationships. It's great. Okay, I have to go. Like, this is gonna be a bitch to edit, and I'm gonna hate myself. I'm coming to you live from the bathroom. I don't actually need to do anything in the bathroom. I just wanted there to be a different background. Yeah, and I also wanted to stand up because I keep sitting on the floor and my legs just keep falling asleep while I'm doing that, and I'm hating that. But I'm actually gonna wrap up this vlog here and probably start a new one, because I have finished 2 more books, which just feels like a good, you know, I did say I want to start a mystery, so we'll try that in the next vlog. I already have a couple of them checked out that I mentioned, so the plan is to read those, read the books for the other vlog. Let's talk about the books. So first I'm going to talk about The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Let's do this here so we can cover up this ugly The Serpent and the Wings of Night, I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I definitely feel like the ending has a lot of twists and turns that I didn't see coming. I kind of wish that the entire book had been as good as the ending. I have this issue a lot. I feel like there's so many books, especially by popular authors, that I just feel like we are not making we're just really relying on the ending being good. And obviously I like a good ending. I just want the entire book to be good. And I don't feel like I got that. I also feel like, what were the trials? I couldn't tell you who were any of those people besides our main girl and her love interest and her father. I couldn't tell you anybody. None of those other characters were developed, in my opinion. Maybe our girl at the very beginning and maybe our love interest's friend. We had pretty good development for them, but not enough for me to care about them or anything that happened to them. So that's unfortunately how I'm ending that. I don't think I'm gonna continue the series. I'm just not. So that's a bit of a bummer. You know, it's a really popular. I just saw one of my girlies on TikTok saying how she was like, Curse of Broadband is amazing. She writes the best stuff. I do think I'm going to try her other series. I just heard it the other day. What's it called? It's got that girl, the Daughter of No World. The Daughter of No World series. I actually think I previewed it a while ago, and I did enjoy that. Like, preview it. I think I maybe listened to like 1 or 2 minutes of it, but I want to give it a shot. Also, trying to think of anything else. He's gonna get up as soon as I turn his camera on. Let me see. It's dark. Can you see the baby? Sorry, he just never does that. So, and normally if I make any movement, he's over. Okay, so that's Serpent and Wings of Night. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say about it. It just wasn't for me. Like I said, underdeveloped characters, I would say underdeveloped plot. The ending was good. I was shocked by multiple things at the end, but not enough to want to read more of those characters. Like, I don't care. I wish I cared, but your girl didn't give me enough. All right, and now let's talk about the characters that I do care about, and it's The Unlikely Heir by Jax Calder. Let me tell you, this was so dramatic. So talk about dramatic endings. Okay, what can I say? This was one of those things where I feel like all the characters, even characters that we meet for 20-30 seconds, they're on the page for 2 or 3 pages. Loved them. I loved all the site. I loved all the. This is why I realized that I'm just a character-driven reader, because this book the plot is so basic. The plot is, can these 2 people be together or not? It's a romance, so like we know how it ends. But oh man, it's just so good. I loved both of our characters individually. I loved how they were when they were together. The spice. There was some good spice. Not the best spice, but definitely good spice. And I don't know how else to like review it. I don't know what else to, because when it comes to romance, like, what do you really say? I liked the characters. I thought they were good together. But yeah, like I said, that's it really. I mean, I do feel like it was very dramatic at the end, but some very intense actions were given that make us just really, oh man, I love Oliver. I love Callum. I love them together. I just also just think it was just fun. It was just such a fun book to read. So I want more. I just need to read more romance in general. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna end the vlog in the bathroom. And then I really need to clean the bathroom. That's what I really need. That's, of all the things that I should be doing right now. I'll see you all in the next vlog, and I'm hoping to keep these going, okay? And if not, at least we get some sit-down videos. I've already uploaded my Hunger Games video. I've already recorded a tag video. So as long as I just keep it going. So I leave my Instagram and my Goodreads and my TikTok. I will leave all that in the description for you to check out if you would like. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye.